Hello and welcome to the BTM Club Kitchen. Now tonight I've got something quick and simple for you. The summer months are coming, so we want nice and light and nice and quick. So here we've got lamb ribs. I love lamb ribs. They're not too fatty. Sometimes they can be fatty, but these are not too fatty. And what I've done is I've got lamb ribs mixed with strips of lamb shoulder. So here we have bits of shoulder, bits of rib, you can see, and I've mixed them with a few new potatoes and simply seasoned black pepper, salt, garlic of course, onion of course, and a little of my homemade seasoning, dried seasoning, which is a little bit of chili, mixed herbs, etc, etc, garlic powder, onion granules, and I add the salt separately because sometimes, just sometimes, it can tend to be a bit too salty if you have seasonings with salt already added, so I like to add it separately. So this very simple Friday night dinner, summer months coming, long evenings, brighter outside. So we've got, as I said, lamb ribs, new potatoes, strips of lamb shoulder, and that is simply going to go into the oven. Okay, now to accompany those lovely ribs, lamb ribs and strips of lamb shoulder, it's going to be with a simple, very simple salad. No drama, just nice and light. So I've got two really ripe avocados here, nice and ripe, nice big size. And look at these. I do laugh when people say vine tomatoes because every single tomato grows on a vine, in case you didn't know. But for some reason they can sell them more expensively because they're on the vine and not separated. Anyway, but these do look particularly red and nice and beautiful. And a bit of cucumber, spring onions, some old crusty dried herbs that I dried from my windowsill, which is just a little bit of thyme, oregano, parsley, and I just chopped it and dried it, and it's been happening over months actually. So just a few there because the plants are next to nothing at the minute. And some garlic. Now what I do is, I personally love the flavor of the garlic in the dressing or in food, but I don't necessarily like it in big chunks. So what I do is use this lovely utensil here, which shaves it really finely, so you just get the essence of the garlic and the flavor of it, and it's not in big chunks. Some lemon, olive oil, and good Italian fine salt. Okay, so that will make the dressing very easy. So I make the dressing, then chop up the bits and pieces, and I'll save you the boring bit of seeing me chop up the bits and pieces, but you will see me stirring the dressing on in a second. Okay, my lovelies, here comes the dressing. So a generous drop of olive oil. This is the brand I use sometimes. Okay, very good. And I'll have to say, I probably am a bit more generous than most with my olive oil because I do like every bit of my salad to be lathered in dressing. I can't stand dry salad. So here comes the garlic bit now. See, shaves it so finely. There we go. Shaves it so funny, and see, there it is, nice and fine, just little slithers. That's the garlic, nice fine slithers. Don't worry, my hands are clean, and I'll definitely have to wash them afterwards because this stink of garlic will be phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to be a bit generous with my garlic. Now the thing with garlic is, when it is in its natural form like this, it's got quite a sting to it actually. So yeah, if you're making this for people, make sure they like garlic, okay? That's very important. So that's the garlic done. Now to balance that generous lathering of, shall we say, olive oil, I do like a bit of acidity. Some people use vinegar. It depends on my mood, but I actually prefer lemon. So there goes the lemon. Now look at this utensil from my mother's kitchen. It is an antique. She's been using it since I was a child, some 25 years ago. Don't say a word. Okay, so I prefer on this occasion to use lemon as opposed to vinegar. Yes, and my favorite kitchen utensil, my pepper mill. Now I don't go too crazy with the measuring of every single thing. You know, it's a question of cooking to taste. I like things quite peppery. So that's it. And back to that pinch of salt that I always speak of. And I do say, how big the pinch is depends on how big your hands are. So if you've got big hands, be careful. If not, you know, maybe do 2 pinches. And in goes the few dried herbs there, okay? Which is a bit of oregano, thyme, parsley, and that's it. And we give that a stir. So we've got our salt in there, black pepper, olive oil, lemon, and that's pretty much the dressing done. So now it is to just simply chop those avocados, lovely big ripe tomatoes, and a bit of cucumber, and throw it all in and give it a stir. Right, now for the cucumber, I like it to be part of the dressing as well. So it is finely, very, very finely chopped. Now this is the process. See it? You go across this way, very finely, that way, and you end up with little tiny cubes. Can you see that there? You end up with little tiny cubes so that the cucumber almost becomes part of the dressing. See, it's that fine. So chop it this way, taking the knife across the top, and then you go this way. And as I say, you end up with those tiny little bits, which means it almost becomes part of the dressing. So we'll be covering every single part of the salad. I love that. Right, so that's the cucumber done, finely chopped, finely shaved garlic in the dressing. As you see, it's all the way through. And similarly with the spring onions. I tell you, I'm so good to you guys. I spare you the excruciatingly boring process of chopping. But there we are, again, the spring onions, nicely finely chopped. As I say, I much prefer having the flavor and the essence all the way through what you're eating, rather than getting big, unsightly chunks periodically. So that's why I always try to chop things really finely. So you see, this goes in to make quite a substantial dressing. Yeah, see, it's quite thick. And then simply we add the remainder of the ingredient, which is the avocado and tomato. Guys, we're coming to the final stages now. Because I am such a glutton where avocado is concerned, I am going to use 2 quite big, as you can see, they're quite big avocados, and I simply slice them whilst in the skin. Ooh, take that bit off. Slice them whilst they're in the skin and just scoop them out and drop them in. And that's it. Easy as that. Scoop it out. Because I hate when you say, yeah, an avocado salad, and you find 2 pieces of avocado and literally have to send out a search party from the Bermuda Triangle to find a few more slices of avocado. And you're going, but hold on a minute, this is supposed to be an avocado salad. Anyhow, When I'm giving you an avocado salad, there is no such problem, trust me. So this, the other half going in, and these are particularly ripe, which really and truly is the only way to have your avocado. There's no point having avocado that is like a golf ball. Yuck. And I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the market today to get these big ones here. So there are the avocados, and here come the tomatoes. There we go. Simple as that. Let me get that out. And let's just gently stir, because as I said, these avocados are pretty ripe. So we want to be gentle with them. Caress them in the dressing. Don't brutalize them in the dressing. Caress them in the dressing. Just make sure they're all lathered and covered. And there is your salad, as simple as that. Now, it will look better than that when it's served, trust me. But flavor, untouchable. Right, guys, there we have it. Our roasted lamb ribs with bits of shoulder in between and new potatoes. And that will be served with that beautiful avocado and tomato salad. So simple, all done within 45 minutes, including the chopping, which I hate, but hey. So yeah, nice light summer evening meal, and I hope you enjoy it. See you next time.